Alright, it's another day. I'm going to work on this kill plot. And I went back to the drawing board a little bit and kind of reworked the lines of it. I was thinking originally it was going to be close to half acre, but this particular plot, first year doing this one, I think I'm going to make it more of a longer and narrower plot with a little bend in it. I want to kind of hug the contour of the branch there where the structure's at, where I think a lot of this buck bedding is. Always kind of best to chew off a little bit at a time. You know, next year if I want to readjust and want to expand a little further the other direction to increase my acreage, I can. But this year I'm gonna keep it smaller, around that 1/3 of an acre range, and just see how it goes. Pretty much at this stage of the game, we have the plot outline mapped out, and we've started mowing all the underbrush with a weed eater. Today the goal is to finish, you know, the small mowing stuff with a weed eater, and then we're gonna just chop all the trees down about knee high. That way we can identify which trees that we need to de-stump by hand. But that's kind of what we're doing today, and we will see y'all in a minute. Alright guys, we're back here at the kill plot, and I just want to show you as I approach this plot, kind of the outline of it. We've got the plots down here, but here's our access. So we're going to access in the back door right here. Okay? If you see right here, this is just a wall of thickness right here. So this is going to help us enter the stand, alright, undetected. So you see the plots out here, but you can't really see it. Plenty of brush in between us. Left these pines and all this stuff. If you look way up high over there, you might be able to see a little bit there. But we've got a good, I wanted to keep that way to give us more cover. It's just gonna help us be able to access this plot. That's kind of where we're at right now. There's the tree. So we'll probably be on that trunk right there. I'm gonna walk you back out here. Okay, so we got our flagging tape right there. It's basically gonna go 40 yards that way. It's gonna come around. It's gonna kind of come back, and it's gonna come down here and back around to our kill tree, which is right there. But I'm gonna walk the perimeter with you and just show you. So we got one marker. We got two markers. We're gonna stay straight down this line right here. Got a third marker there. Fourth marker right here. Fifth marker, I believe we're going down this line right here. Fifth marker's right there. Got this little ditch right here. Got that's the end of the plot right here. Goes down to that. It's gonna come around this. It's not that big, I mean, it's big enough though. Doesn't have to be huge. You see, this is the point that buck's laying off of. It's about right here. Alright. So our kill tree, you see it, it's right there. If you can see this marker, which is storming right now, you see that marker right there, that's where we're gonna go a straight line, straight to that orange flagging. Gonna come around it. And we flagged it right here, right there, And right there, there's our kill tree. Plenty of back cover. So now basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start weed eating. And I'm gonna clean up, I'm gonna weed eat everything within this orange flagon. Once I do that and clean it up, I'll start cutting trees, topping them, dragging the tree tops out. And once I have that done, have the plot sprayed and mowed with the weed eater, then I'll start digging up stumps. So we're going to go ahead and start weed eating. Then I'll show you kind of an after when we get done with the weed eating. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got a lot of the bigger trees cut out of here. We've still got, I see, probably 10 to 12 big trees that we're going to have to de-stump. So we're going to go ahead and cut them out. Then we'll finish our weed eating and everything. And then what we're going to do is start de-stumping the trees that are remaining. Alright guys, we're leaving this one tree as a scrape tree. And also we've got two trees behind us, probably hang a rope across there with a bunch of licking branches, or I might take them down, I'm not quite sure yet. But the next step, like I say, we're going to take down all these big trees. Just going to cut them off and drag them off. See, one just fell right there. And we're going to use it to, ooh, it's kind of windy. We're going to use it to stack our access. That way we block the deer from seeing us. So I'm just stacking up all this to just thicken up our back door access. The part that I enjoy the most is when you can really see the plot coming together. So we've cleared out all the trees, cut the tops off. We still have to de-stump them, but right now we're just gonna mow everything, the whole plot. When we'll get the whole plot done, then we'll get started on de-stumping. But we're gonna go ahead and get this thing mowed up. I'm using a real thickest I could find weed eater wire. Maybe supposed to, I think it's a little bit too big for this one, but it works fine. But we're gonna go ahead and start weed eating. Alright guys, well, we got everything pretty much mowed. You can still see the trees that are standing up. We got to de-stump those. So all in all, looked to be a pretty successful day working on this kill plot. Pretty much the next step's the hardest part, which is de-stumping these trees by hand with an axe. So axe and a shovel it is. So we'll see y'all next time. Alright guys, so I wanted to kind of update you. You see right there, that trunk to the left of the screen there, that's the one the stand's going to be on. Showing you the back door access, I want to kind of show you what the plot looks now that we're basically to the stumping stage. I went and counted, we got 22 stumps to de-stump, and I like how it's looking so far. You see right here, this edge right here, if we wanted to, like next year, we could make this probably, right now it's about 1/3 of an acre. Next year if we wanted to, we could extend it all the way to the branch. I'd leave probably 4 yards of buffer on the edge of the branch just because it makes them feel safer to come out. But that could get us close to probably 0.6, a little over half an acre. But I like how it's turning out. Let me show you. So you got the tree right there. It's about 10 yards from here to the tree. So you turn it around. That's basically to our, gonna have a mock scrape right here. Hang a line behind these two pine trees connecting with oak limbs hanging all the way down. Should be scrapes all under there, but that should be a 20-yard shot. So here's kind of, I predict buck probably come this way, or he'll come right out here. But here's a mock scrape I want to run. I'll probably zip tie oak limb off this pine limb right here, probably hang a scrape dripper on it. Not sure, probably hang a scrape dripper off that mock scrape right there, but anyhow, this will be a good spot. This is 30 yards. That's kind of my max for good reference, how far I want to shoot. But yeah, we did all this with a weed eater and a hand saw, Silky Zubot hand saw. See, it's kind of just walking around the perimeter here. We kind of changed our lines from the last time I did the video and I walked the line, the perimeter with you. We kind of decided to, I guess I decided to kind of leave some buffer here. I don't want to really get too aggressive and go more that way because there's some houses that way. So I want to stay, I'm about 200 yards from the house, about right here. And I'd be closer if I kept going that way. So this will all grow back up, but that's kind of why I wanted to give myself a little bit more of a buffer. But as you can see, you know, these shouldn't take long. I mean, we'll just dig all the way around that, dig a hole and cut it off under the ground. That's kind of decided to leave. Another reason why I decided to not go that way, because it gives you all this cover right here, and that's very important. All this cover I left right here, I sacrificed a little bit of food plot, but it's worth it because see that cover is night and day difference if you're gonna get this buck out here in daylight hours. So I don't know, I'm really pumped about it. I think I'll be able to get up in that tree, be very hidden. But when you're doing this, I mean, what I want to reinforce is that, like, I'm no expert. You know, I'm just a firm believer. If you want to do the hard work and you put in the time, you will get results and you'll have success. Putting yourself in the best situation to kill a mature buck every year. I don't have a big machine. I can't afford a bulldozer. I can't afford every time I do one of these to get a mulcher out here or some heavy equipment. The only thing I might do, I may rent a tractor to plow this, and I'm not even quite sure if I'm going to do that or not, but that might cost me not much, you know, for one day. But you know, I'll get all the other food plots I've got done for this year and I'll knock them all out in one weekend, and you know, you might have $25 per food plot depending on how many you do if you're in a tractor that way. $25 to $50 per food plot. But at any rate, I'm excited about it. We'll check back with y'all the next time when we start de-stumping. All right, guys, out here at the food plot and just getting ready for this next phase, which is de-stumping all these stumps we got out here. So I'm gonna kind of show you kind of what I do. I mean, like I say, you can use all kind of equipment if you have it. Big equipment can de-stump stuff like this, but you know, like I say, I don't have all that stuff. I'm just gonna use a shovel and an axe and a handsaw. There's only like 20 of them here, so shouldn't be too bad because they're not that big. If they were a lot bigger than this, then I would have to get either some bigger equipment or just leave the tree in the plot. Don't like a lot of trees in the plot. I do like structure, but I try to keep that to a minimum. More so try to curve the plot to where it just gives bucks that sense of security. We're close to the bed anyhow, so we're already have that feature to this plot, but we're going to go ahead and start on that right now and show you kind of how to do that. All right, so basically what we're going to do here is We're gonna go around it about right there, somewhere in there. All right, we'll outline around this. We'll dig out that dirt until I can get a saw down here, and then I'll cut it off below the ground, take the dirt, fill it back in there. That's basically all we're gonna do. So as you can see, you know, I've started around this stump, right? All the dirt's loose and everything, so all I gotta do really is just chop with the axe all the way around this, and then we'll dig it out. All right, I think we got it. Now this one, as you can see, I've got under it good enough, which that's awesome, because it'll probably pop out. There you go. There it is right there. By hand. You don't need some big equipment. You just want some sweat equity, you can get it done. Alright, as you can see, basically this one's a little bit lower. I should have left the trunk higher. That gives you leverage when you're trying to pop these out the ground. But I didn't, but basically it's the same principle, you know. You just make a circle around this thing, all the way around it. You know, you might get 8 to 10 inches is fine from the diameter here, from the trunk. You know, you just want to make around that and release those roots from the main trunk here. So we're going to do that with the axe. Then we're going to dig it out, show you how to get it done. Here's a little tip for you, is you get to a certain point, you want a big shovel to start it, but you want a smaller shovel to get all up in there under these roots and expose the roots you need to cut that are still hanging on to this thing. But the most important thing is really just getting the dirt out of there so you can get that root ball out. It's all compacted in there with that dirt's compacting it, holding it in. So just do that. Do each one of these, knock them out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 15 more to do. So after we do all this, I'll get back with you and show you the finished product of this step. All right, just to show you, I leaned it over with leverage and then popped it open, just like expose it. And there you go. One more. And I get it right there. There you have it. There's your root ball. Another one out. Alright guys, so we're almost done, relatively pretty much done de-stumping. And final count was like 26 stumps that we took out. I'm gonna show you kind of what it looks like now. No stumps. We've got just, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one straggler where the orange tape is right there. So we got 4 left, pretty much done though. And so it turned out pretty nice, I think. I'll give you a view of the back of it. Be a good spot for a deer to come out of that bottom right there, right where that buck bedding is. Alright, so you pretty much got, the deer comes out, this is what he's gonna see. If you notice, I left that middle structure. I'm gonna leave that right there. It just kind of helps security. And here's the plot. So you're looking at, like I say, that step's done right there. And the next thing we're gonna do, or I'm gonna do, doing this by myself, next thing I'm gonna do is finish up stumping that little bit right there, and then I'll spray probably in about 5 days. Let all this weeds and stuff start growing again, transferring nutrients to the roots, and then we'll hit it with a herbicide and do a burn down. So next time we see you, that's what we'll be doing.